Hello friends, welcome back to my channel BOE Tutorials. In this video we will discuss about fan performance calculation. The fans are tested for field performance by measurement of flow, head, temperature on the fan side and electrical motor kilowatt input on the motor side. Airflow measurement, static pressure. Static pressure is the potential energy put into the system by the fan. It is given up to friction in the duct and at the duct inlet as it is converted to velocity pressure. At the inlet to the duct, the static pressure produces an area of low pressure. Velocity pressure. Velocity pressure is the pressure along the line of the flow that result from the air flowing through the duct. The velocity pressure is used to calculate air velocity. Total pressure. Total pressure is the sum of the static and velocity pressure. Velocity pressure and static pressure can change as the air flows through different size ducts. Accelerating and deaccelerating the velocity. The total pressure stays constant, changing only with friction losses. The illustration that follows shows how the total pressure changes in a system. The fan flow is measured using pitot tube, manometer combination, or a flow sensor, differential pressure instrument, or an accurate anemometer. Care need to be taken regarding number of transverse points, straight length section to avoid turbulent flow regime of measurement, upstream and downstream of measurement location. The measurements can be on the suction or discharge side of the fan and preferably both were visible. Measurement by pitot tube. The figure shows how velocity pressure is measured using a pitot tube and a manometer. Total pressure is measured using the inner tube of pitot tube and static pressure is measured using the outer tube of pitot tube. When the inner and outer tube ends are connected to a manometer, we get the velocity pressure for measuring low velocities. It is preferable to use an inclined tube manometer instead of U-tube manometer. Measurements and calculations, velocity pressure and velocity calculation. When measuring velocity pressure, the duct diameter or the circumference for which the calculate the diameter should be measured as well. This will allow us to calculate the velocity and the volume of air in the duct. In most cases, velocity must be measured at several places in the same system. The velocity pressure varies across the duct. Friction slows the air near the duct walls, so the velocity is greater in the center of the duct. The velocity is affected by changes in the ducting configuration such as bands and curves. The best place to take measurements is in a section of duct that is straight for at least 3 to 5 diameter after any elbow, branch entries or duct size changes. To determine the average velocity, it is necessary to take a number of velocity pressure readings across the cross section of the duct. The velocity should be calculated for each velocity pressure readings and the average of the velocities should be used. Do not average the velocity pressure, average the velocities. For round ducts over 6-inch diameter, the following locations will give area of equal concentric area see in the figure. For best result, one set of readings should be taken in one direction and another set of a 90-degree angle to the first. For square ducts, the reading can be taken in 16 equally spaced area. If it is impossible to transfer the duct, an approximate average velocity can be calculated by measuring the velocity pressure in the center of the duct and calculating the velocity. This value is reduced to an approximate average by multiplying by 0.9. Air density calculation. The first calculation is to be determine the density of the air. To calculate the velocity and volume from the velocity pressure measurements, it is necessary to know the density of the air. The density is dependent on altitude and temperature. Gas density can be calculated by 273 into 1.293 divided by 273 plus T degree Celsius, where T degree Celsius is temperature of gas, air at site condition. Velocity calculation. Once the air density and velocity pressure have been established, the velocity can be determined from the equation. Velocity is equal to Cp into under root 2 into 9.81 into delta P into gamma divided by gamma, where Cp is Pitot tube constant 0.85 as given by the manufacturer. Delta P is average differential pressure measured by Pitot tube by taking measurement at number of points over the entire cross section of the duct. And gamma is density of air or gas at test condition. Volume calculation. The volume in a duct can be calculated for the velocity using the equation volumetric flow in meter cube per second is equal to velocity in meter per second into area in meter square. Fan efficiency. Fan manufacturers generally use two ways to mention fan efficiency. First is mechanical efficiency, sometimes called the total efficiency, and second one is static efficiency. Both measure how well the fan converts horsepower into flow and pressure. The equation for determining mechanical efficiency is fan mechanical efficiency is equal to volume in meter cube per second into delta P total pressure in mmWc divided by 102 into power input to the fan shaft in kilowatt into 100. The static efficiency equation is the same, except the outlet velocity pressure is not added to the fan static pressure. Can be calculated by fan static efficiency is equal to volume in meter cube per second into delta P static pressure in mmWc divided by 102 into power input to the fan shaft in kilowatt into 100. Drive motor kilowatt can be measured by a load analyzer. This kilowatt multiplied by motor efficiency gives the shaft power to the fan. For a coal-fired boiler, an ID fan is used for controlling the draft. During the performance analysis of ID fan, the following parameters are measured for analysis. Coal flow to the boiler is 15 TPH. ID fan IGV percentage opening is 65%. ID fan motor input power is 85 kilowatt. ID fan suction static pressure is minus 120 mmWc. ID fan discharge static pressure is 15 mmWc. Total flue gas quantity at APH inlet is 94 TPH. Flue gas temperature at ID fan inlet is 120 degrees Celsius. O2 percentage before APS is 4%. O2 percentage before ID fan is 8%. O2 percentage before ID fan is 5%. Delta P across fan is 138 mmWc. Improvement in fan efficiency is 5%. Flue gas temperature before ID fan is 125 degrees Celsius. So calculate fan static efficiency. Consider motor efficiency as 90%. So axis air factor before APX can be calculated by 1 plus O2 divided by 21 minus O2. So putting the value 1 plus 4 divided by 21 minus 4 is equal to 1.235, and axis air factor before ID fan is 1 plus 8 divided by 20 minus 8 is equal to 1.615. Flue gas quantity at ID fan inlet is calculated by flue gas quantity at APH inlet into axis air factor at ID fan inlet divided by axis air factor at ID fan outlet. So putting the value 94 into 1.615 divided by 1.235 is equal to 123 TPH. Delta P across the fan is 15 minus 120 is equal to 135 mmWc. Fan air kilowatt is equal to 123 into 1000 divided by 3600 into rho into 135 divided by 102. Density of air at ID inlet is 273 divided by 273 plus 120 into 1.293. So density of air is 0.898 kg per meter cube. Fan air kilowatt is 123 into 1000 divided by 3600 into 0.898 into 135 divided by 102. So fan air kilowatt is 50.36 kilowatt. So efficiency of fan is 50.36 divided by 85 into 0.9, so 65.8%. So friends, if you like this video, then like and share. Also don't forget to subscribe this channel and press bell icon for getting notification of my upcoming videos.